stupid.
Legitimately, my remaining brain cells already this far into the year.
Yeah.
Welcome to the After 8 Hours podcast, baby.
Yay!
Your boy, Jack 1620.
Hello.
The ghost of Steve.
Mm-hmm. Wherever you are, Steve, you're here with us in spirit.
We miss you, brother. And yours truly, Jay Titan.
Well, you also forgot the ghost of Murphy Laws.
He doesn't even play anymore, so...
I play for him in spirit.
No. He's too busy being a fucking roadrunner.
Oh, yeah, that is his new thing.
In case you guys didn't know, he's in San Antonio.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
He's in Redacted.
In the Lone Star State. Hanging out, doing fun things, eating lots of really good food, I bet.
Yeah.
He better. And Ashley better save me some.
They gotta stay up on that workout game, though, because...
No, I want to see it. I want to see a
fast.
thick Corey.
Thick Corey?
I want to see a thick Corey.
Corey's already thick, though.
Thicker.
Yeah.
Thick with two C's.
Oh, thick.
Yeah.
Thick.
Thick.
Right, this is a great way to start. Anywho, welcome. It is the future.
Yep.
And by that I mean it's 2020.
2020.
The vision.
We've seen things.
Actually, literally have seen things, and it's only, the 11th or something?
No? Is it the 11th today?
Yeah, well, technically.
I'm losing track.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Concept
it don't
of
matter
time
now.
and space.
It don't matter.
I mean, time is just a construct.
Right? It is. It's lies we tell ourselves.
A lot has happened since our last episode.
Yes.
Of After 8 Hours.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. We are currently working on finding a solution for our soundboard.
Yes.
So we don't have that ready for this episode, but we will in the near future.
Yes, we are definitely working toward that. Thank you again for that awesome contribution.
Yeah, what's up?
So we appreciate it. And yeah, if you support us, I think it's awesome. I love seeing you guys out there in the wild, especially during community days. So definitely come out, show some support. Not just for us, but also just the community in general. So,
you got any New Year's stories?
New Year's stories?
Yeah. Pokemon or
shit.
Otherwise related. It's already, like I said, it's only been 11 days, but it feels like it's been a month.
Yeah, well, when I found out that I think my main excitement hasn't been necessarily, it is Pokemon Go, because obviously you have the Unova event.
Yeah.
With, not necessarily the event, but release of all the Pokemon. So hearing that little little prehistoric bird.
Yeah. And
how did you say the turtle's name?
It's like, is it Tortuga?
Tortuga or Tortorgo?
Wait, which one's...
Tortorga?
It's like Tortuga. Like Tortuga, but with an IR at the beginning.
Okay. So either way, prehistoric turtle.
Yeah.
So anything that's prehistoric, I get excited about.
That's because you like dinosaurs?
I do love dinosaurs. Jurassic Park changed my life. But...
Oh, yeah, it's Tortuga.
Okay.
Tortuga?
See, that's why I always get confused. But anyway, so there's a release of that, but I think I was more excited for the new releases for Sword and Shield coming up.
Oh, the expansions?
The expansions, yeah. Because I really enjoy the game, and a lot of people initially were like, no, there's not going to be any expansions, or I don't think there's going to be downloadable content. If so, that's whack. And I'm like, but that's kind of the whole point, is that there's going to, with the new platform, I was hoping that they'd have new additions, because everyone, again, all those, I don't know what you'd call them, those naysayers initially when it came out because of the whole dex constraints.
I just call them, like, overly entitled.
Yeah. No, that's true. The OTs. But they were just hating on the game because it didn't have the full dex. Right. And then the next expansion is going to have 200 Pokemon. Uh-huh. And I just knew it because my little drawing stuff that there's 890 Pokemon.
Yes.
So there's already 400... And was it 450?
400's the dex.
400's in the current dex.
Correct.
And then they're adding 200. So then all they need is another...
Close to 300.
300 Pokemon, and then you have the full dex. And yes. I think the other 290 will eventually come. Mm-hmm. Because Sword and Shield hasn't been out that long.
No, it legitimately has only been out for a couple months.
Yeah, so the fact they're already bringing 200 in is fucking awesome. And granted, it's going to be for a little cost, like $30.
Okay.
But compared to, like you had mentioned before, buying a whole new, like, system, like how we saw, like, like, what was it called? So we had like Ultra Sapphire and like Omega Ruby and things of that.
Okay.
And like variations to include new updates. I like the fact that we can just get paid for a portion of the game.
Yeah.
But it also comes with whole new missions, whole new terrains, new storyline, and that's great. But it only tags on to what you already have.
Right.
Instead of having to start a new game and go through that whole hassle again. Not to say it's not an enjoyable hassle, but I've already built up my team. Our internal group, like our group that plays Pokemon on the side, is doing like our own little tournaments.
Yeah.
And trying to make the game a little more unique for us, which again is something even for Pokemon Go we can do. And there's actually people, and I'm sure you could speak more on this about like the tournaments and stuff that want to help folks to get a better feel for it. There's a little niche of people in Aurora that are trying to help those who want to learn how to fight.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll get into that a little bit. Just to touch on, I know we're not a Pokemon overall podcast.
We'll get back to Pokemon
Go. Just to touch on Sword Shield real quick. I'm kind of excited for the expansions just because like the alternative was like what Ultra Sword, Ultra Shield, or something similar to that, where you would have to pretty much play through the same story, I imagine, or a very similar story again with a little bit of additions, and then like it's like you start over, and it's just like that content could very well just be DLC, and that's the route they took. Yeah, it's gonna cost $30, but that's to get the expanded area and some of the new stuff. All of the new Pokemon, the 200 that they're bringing back, that's free. You don't have to pay for that.
Okay.
You will eventually have to trade for them because it's not coded into original Sword Shield right now, but they're patching the dex where you're going to get a dex and you'll be able to trade the old Pokemon. So fan favorite and PvP meta favorite Garchomp.
Yeah.
Its valiant
Street Shark.
The Street Shark is making its valiant return into the Pokemon VCG.
Nice.
So, yeah. Either way, I'm for it. I don't think Sword Shield is a platform built to be like an MMO world in the sense of like, if you can imagine. So you're familiar with World of Warcraft?
I've heard of it.
There's the base game, and then they do like expansion after expansion after expansion, which expands the world further and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the biggest thing that most Pokemon fans want, and we kind of get like an itch scratched a little bit with like Pokemon Go or whatever, is just like an overall giant immersive Pokemon world. Everyone wants a Pokemon MMO.
Yes.
Imagine you can pick your starter region, so it's all one world: Kanto, Johto, Unova, all the way through. Galar. Imagine it's all connected. It's one giant world. You just pick your start region, you pick your starter Pokemon, you explore, and then you can go to the other regions and do whatever. And like, that's the dream, right? For most Pokemon players.
It is a dream.
So
then Pokemon will go to space.
Okay.
And then we'll be on Mars.
Pokemon have already gone to different dimensions.
Well, that's Pokemon. We haven't been able to join them yet, except for Ash. Because Ash gets to do everything. Because
he's in a coma and everything.
Shut up! That's such a dark storyline.
Anyway, point is like, just my last bit on this is like, it's kind of a little taste of like, what does DLC look like in the Pokemon ecosystem, and can they use that to further expand? Like, yeah, you get these DLCs, and then maybe the next year they can work on. I imagine they're working on Sinnoh remakes similar to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah,
did I get that wrong? Backwards? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Either way,
we know what you're talking about.
Similar to those remakes, because they want to do that, and then like just keep tacking onto it and build this world out even more. I'd be excited to see if they could do that. Now,
I believe in them.
I do too. Resuming with our
overall
main attraction, the Pokemon Go.
Yes. Well, no, with hopes with that though for the Ultra Sword or Sword and Shield, is my hope is eventually kind of ties back into Pokemon Go, like how we had the Metal 10 releases, and how you could do gift exchange. My hope is they maybe add some sort of content to where we could do another exchange and have something there for the game to just kind of tie them together. That's my hope as well with any of the new content, is that things are possible that people doubted. Because again, like we talked about before, when the game first started, people didn't think trading was possible. Trading's here. Right. Same with battling. Obviously, the hope, like we talked about, for things that we're hoping for in 2020, things like breeding and other attributes of the Game Boy game being applied into Pokemon Go, those are still hopes, and I'm glad that we're starting to see kind of newer features coming, and Nintendo is wanting to do stuff, and hopefully Niantic can kind of follow that bandwagon and be like, oh, let's add newer features because it's going to rejuvenate the game a bit.
Yeah, though to that point, I think Pokemon Go is its own ecosystem, and I think the tie-ins would be cool, but I think they're building on something very interesting and to pretty much stand out on its own, which is really nice. So some of the newer changes that are coming, we still like some of those systems that are in the mainstay games, but like some of the other changes they've done, just to try to incentivize people to do more, go out more.
Oh, like all the adventure sync updates? Yeah,
because the core gameplay of Pokemon Go is the Go feature, or the Go portion of it.
What?
Go explore your cities, which we do, and I love to. And like when I travel, I'm always like, I'm gonna play Pokemon Go in this new city for at least a little bit. Like maybe not the whole time, but
yeah, like when we were at Go Fest and everything, like that was our focus. We went sightseeing here and there, but we were gun ho even through the rain and thunder. Like we were out there and about, and it was nice to see lots of other people are too.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like even if you take a trip where Pokemon Go isn't the main reason you're there. So, like, when I went to Arizona, like, oh, I'm in Phoenix, I'll better open up the app. What's around here?
See what's here.
Oh, okay. Phoenix is a weird place. But, Pokemon Go can be everywhere, and there are nice little regional differences. So, either way, I'm excited to see where the game goes. Because I think there's a lot of, like, even since our last podcast, our last episode, there's been a lot of changes. Yeah, there's been a lot of additions.
Go into that, sir.
So to begin with, let's just go with most recent and then walk backwards because I'm spending time trying to remember.
Okay.
So most recent, and I mean, literally, yesterday or whatever, they dropped a big chunk of Gen 5 Pokemon, which is always exciting because like that's when players players want to go look for new stuff because people tend to get bored, are a little burnt out on what we currently have to offer, and like each different style of player plays it a little bit differently. So like new Pokemon usually is refreshing for everybody, and by that I mean like if you're raiding or if you're mainly like PvE, or if you're just trying to catch or collect, if that's the main way you play the game, new Pokemon, something to go hunt for, something to get, I still need 10, 20 more of that Pokemon so I can get enough candies to evolve the family type deal.
Yes.
Get my Dex entries. Raiding is like, Axew's out, so Haxorus, that might be nasty in raids.
Or upcoming tournaments.
I don't know if I've ever seen them. Well, I was going to get into PvP stuff in a little bit too. But yeah, and for PvP players, like, I love the fact that our PvP tournaments are usually at the end of the month because shit like this always happens in the beginning and in the middle of the month.
Yep.
And that gives players a whole new box of toys to really come up with something interesting for for tournaments or just for fun. Because it's not just about tournaments, and I'll get into that also here in a second. But anyway, getting back to it, they released a ton of Gen 5 Pokemon, and again, Gen 5 is the largest new addition of Pokemon.
Right.
Out of any of the generations, and it's the largest since Kanto, or Gen 1.
Okay.
Because I think I had 147 total, which is insane, because like I think Gen 7 only added like 70 or 80, whatever it was. Anyway, point is they added a whole bunch of new Pokemon, so if for whatever reason you're living under a rock, or you haven't looked it up, or if you're curious,
or folks who might have just opted out to play Harry Potter for some reason.
Yeah, well, some losers exist, so. But you got Roggenrola and his family.
Yep.
You have Timpool and its family.
You have Archon, the little prehistoric bird.
Archon, Tortuga. Axew, which, again, I don't know if that's going to be egg only or if they're in the wild. Yeah. Right now they're in 10Ks. So the two prehistoric Pokemon, the Tortuga and the Archon, are in 10K eggs, as well as Axew and the Timber.
Yeah, and Archon and Tortuga are definitely out in the wild as well. Like
if you're PvP or if you're looking for fighting Pokemon, keep an eye out for that Timber family. Conkeldurr?
Yeah, you think he's going to be a boss?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, So not only did they add that, we have new regionals throughout the world. Of course. So the ones that apply to us are the blue stripe basculin for the Western Hemisphere.
Yep.
We're Western, I believe.
We are.
In the southern United States, so hopefully we get lucky here in Colorado, but if you're in the south, and if you happen to be in Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean, or South America for whatever reason, Maractus, cute little cactus Pokemon. Hell yeah. That's out. Nice. They added Sock and Throw to the game for us, and for us it's supposed to be Throw.
Yeah, we get
for
throw.
North America, South America, and then randomly Africa.
Yeah.
And then Sock will be in Europe, Asia, and Australia.
Okay. And yeah, so like and in that first hour, I think in the first couple of hours when it was released yesterday, you could get Sock here in Colorado.
Like, yeah, it was. Yeah. I saw Sock showing up in North America for like random players across the board. So that was interesting.
They really should do that for all the regionals, just at like a random spurt.
Just like
they show,
look,
like they did with Farfetched.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool for them to do with like Tropius or some of those boys.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't done that. Like, on one hand, I understand regional Pokemon. It's exciting to have a regional Pokemon because like once you go there and you actually see that on your radar,
right?
That's fucking cool.
It is.
It's like when we went to GoFest, you saw Pachirisu running around on the radar. You're like,
and when we got the makeup day,
I'm never going to see Pachirisu on my normal radar playing in Colorado.
It's true.
It's fucking cool as here, and then we caught too many of them and whatever. But you know, the other thing they added, which people aren't really talking about, at least I haven't really seen, is they added the trade evolution mechanic.
Yes.
So not everything's candy. So certain Pokemon will result in no candy cost to evolve after you trade them. So that's like, if you remember the OG 4 that you needed to trade. Kadabra, Machoke, Graveler, and Haunter.
Yeah.
So when you trade, you have, I guess, an opportunity. I haven't tried trading evolution yet.
When you trade it, it basically gives you, it unlocks that option, very similar to like the raid lures.
Okay.
Or like the stop lures.
Yeah.
So once you do the trade, it then enables you to say you can evolve now for free.
Okay.
So they even granted it to the old Pokemon. I do a bunch of trades between me and my baby accounts.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of Gravelers and I checked all of them, and all my Gravelers I can just evolve up candy free. Which is super nice.
And that's after it's been traded?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's nice. So, because I got worried, I was like, man, if I trade Shellman and get the evolution, it's just because in the game, and for anyone that played the original game, once you trade it, it evolved automatically. But for those of you who like to keep like lucky dexes or keep live dexes and stuff of that nature, it kind of sucked to just have it evolve automatically. So it's nice. It gives you that option, but you don't have to evolve it. But you obviously can, and it's free of candy charge, which is great. I kind of hope they bring in more little attributes like that to make it easier and kind of.
Dude, I'm so interested to see. Side note, as I'm interested to see when Gen 8 comes out to Pokemon Go, if they'll do any of those weird trade or evolving mechanics.
Like having like items and shit?
Well, it's kind of like items, but like, you know how like to get all creamy with the milk ray?
Oh, like spinning and shit?
Spin and shit, yeah. And then like
they technically could.
I mean, they could. I know Surfetch wouldn't work as well because Surfetch you have to get 3 critical strikes with the Farfetch in the same battle.
It'd probably be 3 super effective hits in a battle.
Maybe, but either way, I just like how kind of creative they're getting with these weird.
What about Inkay? We had to evolve them upside down.
Yeah. You had to, like,
so you just see everyone popping on a handstand like doing evolution. I'm like, good job.
That would be interesting. But anyway, we're not there yet.
No.
We're still in fucking Gen 5.
Mm-hmm.
And so the other 4 new Pokemon, and you mentioned one of them that also evolved via trading: Shelmet, Carablast, Girder, and Boldor.
Yeah. And Timber, the starter form of the fighting family that's there, he's in level 1 raids.
Yes.
And I think there was someone actually in Denver that I think it was like her son's account got like a perfect one already. Nasty. And I'm like, nice. Like, too bad the kid doesn't battle because I'm sure that'd be pretty awesome to have like a perfect one of those boys. But like you said, there's a lot of stuff in eggs now. Obviously, it's going to be the newest eggs that you collect.
Yeah.
Starting after the event started. So if you have older eggs, you're probably still going to hatch a Weedle. Or not a Weedle, a Wurmple.
Pokemon, yeah.
A Wurmple with the little party hat, or Pichu.
Okay.
Yeah, with the party hats and all that good stuff. So just kind of be aware of that. But there's no need to rush. Obviously, take your time. These Pokemon are out.
I definitely recommend taking your time.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's like one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it's kind of like when you rush between stoplights. Like, what's the point of going...
You're speeding to the next red.
Speeding to the next... Yeah, exactly. In this case, new Pokemon are out. That is exciting and gets you something to do.
Yeah.
But don't spend... 8 hours on your Saturday just hunting the Pokemon, and then in 2 weeks you complain that
there's nothing
to do. Yeah,
because you can make it a weekend thing. Like, I'm gonna hunt Axew this weekend. I'm gonna hunt
2020. Take care of your fucking self,
yes, please.
And a good way to do that is to realize that not everything has to be done immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And you burn yourself out. We work too fucking hard. For a lot of things. Therefore, when we can afford to take our time with things, I think we should take advantage of that. So in this case, at least I know that's how I'm taking it. I have been playing a little bit differently this year already than I had for most of last year. Maybe some of the new Pokemon stuff is kind of part of it, but also not necessarily goals or resolutions or anything like that. But I don't know, I just had a renewed interest in the game even more so, and I don't really have a reason for that outside of I just want to be better.
Well, see,
I guess.
I think my newest thing for the game is trying not to spend money on it.
Hell yeah, that's been my thing forever.
Yeah, well, it's my new thing now. Before I was just fuck it, $40, here you go, whatever. But then I realized just kind of doing budget analysis, which I hope every adult is doing. Because
fuck it, kids do it too.
Yes, you should get your kids. If you have kids, teach your kids now financial and fiscal responsibilities.
I only budget my nut.
I don't want to say that. But if you figure out kind of where your money's going, a lot of my money last year was going to social events and food. That doesn't mean I'm gonna become a fucking hermit and stay indoors all the time. But I'm going to try to cook more and do, if I have stuff, if I go to social events, just kind of be smarter about how I spend my money. Instead of spending $24 on 3, makers and Cokes, maybe I could buy 2 pizzas for a group of people and we all enjoy it. And it's a social element, but I'm not drinking alcohol. And it's also still saving me money.
Right.
So, those are little compromises I think I could make, which I'll probably do. So when we go and have our PvP tournament soon at Hourz, on the 25th at 1, that's probably what I'll be spending my money on instead of getting several makers and Cokes.
Okay.
I'll just buy food and make sure people are enjoying it, and I'll just kick back a water. Because again, there's priorities that I have for my monies. And just like the game, I found myself, I was you know what? I think last Saturday, I woke up early, went and handled my grocery runs, and then I took out a few gyms because I was I haven't done this in a minute. And I just went and just fought some gyms, and I saw a couple come up trying to take it, and I was nah, instant gang, and just took the gym from them, and they're damn it, and I'm yeah, I'm gonna be back in the gym game a bit. So, and it's been fun.
Yeah, I've been gymming. I've been doing a little bit of raids downtown too. I think the other thing that for me was PvP stuff.
Yeah.
In general, just getting into that a little bit more.
Oh, did you see they brought in they gave some new moves out?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Hariyama has superpower now.
Yes.
So that was when I noticed today. I was oh.
Yeah, I mean,
how fun.
A little while ago, I don't have the list off the top of my head or anything like that, but a little while ago they added a huge bunch of move pool stuff. Blaziken's Flare Kick is really cool, and things like that.
Flare Kick or Blaze Kick?
Blaze Kick.
Alright, Blaze Kick is, I use that all the time for the rocket
yeah.
fights just to get their shields down all the fucking time.
But anyway, they're constantly changing the system for PvP. I think again for my part was like we have this really neat, I guess, set of dedicated PvP players in various different communities around the Denver metro area.
Yeah,
got together under the banner of Foosnail.
Foosnail.
I forgot where he plays out of. But anyway, he helped organize with like FP Sticks and Syllabus and all these other people mega tournaments for the Denver metro area. And so remember we hosted the regional tournament. It was about 40 something people.
Good
amount of people, especially squeezing into heroes. These mega tournaments so far have both been bigger than our regional tournament.
Ooh.
So there's still a lot of interest, and I've been seeing all over the all over the server, all over Aurora Masters, that people are like, oh, I want to get into PvP, but I'm not sure. So I guess I can dive into that a little bit. My personal experience was I went to this most recent mega tournament, which was the Timeless Cup. And I thought I was going to get dusted because I haven't really invested that much into PvP.
Gasp.
And I still ended up breaking even. I went 3-3 out of 6 rounds. It was a lot better. I thought I was going to go 1-5 or 2-4. Went 3-3, but I did learn that Aurora is known as more of the party / go fun, have fun people as opposed to the actual strong trainers.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Clarify.
It means a lot of higher level trainers want to start coming to our tournaments because they think it's easy wins to get them into.
Oh shit! It's like that. Okay.
Yeah. But we have good party people who are still challenging, but maybe not as challenging as people in other dedicated areas that go to 10 tournaments a month or something.
Yeah, that sounds a bit excessive.
So,
that's your personal choice.
To that point, I can kind of see it, but to the other point, we need to fucking pick it up. So, either way, went to the tournament, did a lot better than I thought I would. I thought I'd again go like 1-5 or maybe even winless. Considering I figured the only people interested in a mega tournament would be more dedicated PvPers.
Yeah.
And I was pretty surprised. Not only did I do better than I thought I would, but also like I don't think, and I would hope it's not the case, but I know it happens to some people. But I don't think you should be intimidated by the idea of a mega tournament or anything like that to have fun with PvP. And again. I know it's a little difficult, as you can tell from rocket battles. PvP battles can be challenging.
Yeah.
But it's a whole nother aspect of the game, and it's very fun. Gives you something else to do, and it's fun to have rivals, I suppose. So like what this is doing is like now Aurora, we need to break from our party only mode to we
work hard, play hard.
Well, that's my point. But we only play hard. We don't work hard.
Yes.
Type deal. It's just like literally. I talked to Lieutenant Kiff, who won our last Timeless. That Joel, thank you, shouts to you. Hosted our Timeless Cup at Heroes last Saturday or whenever that was. Lieutenant Kiff won that, and he only went like 3-3 or maybe 4-2 at the mega tournament that we were at. And when I talked to him, he was like, "Yeah, I need to come to more Aurora Masters tournaments so I can win more to go to regionals." I was like, "What does that mean?" And so I go talk to like Joel, and I talk to like Zach, Dotman, and I talk to like all of our Aurora peeps, and they're like, "Yeah, we're kind of known as the partiers." As opposed to those guys are actually good or challenging. So I'm here to rewrite that book.
Interesting.
and I know we can do it. On that note, those same people, so shouts to Fresh Like Lettuce, Chops Stewie, Turtle Master, Dotman X, something racist / Blashnash. And even Vilro. Mm-hmm. She's taken an interest into trying to get people more versed in PvP stuff too.
Right.
So shouts to all you guys because you guys really want to help and really make PvP easier for people to kind of get into, and then more fun for everybody. So if you're listening to this, look out for like Aurora Masters and other avenues of getting into it, because these players want to help.
Yeah, do you think like there'll be more happy hours like we did last time?
Yeah, so I'm not sure about necessarily happy hours, but it's more along the lines of they want to start throwing fun tournaments. Yeah, I guess battle hour might be a good way to put it. Hosted not just at Heroes, but the people will start hosting them elsewhere. You know, everyone, let's go get together at a
park, have a good reception,
Wing Hut or a park, or after. After Community Day, spend an hour to have like a mini tournament or something like that. I think you're going to be seeing more and more of that pop up. If you're interested, reach out and we'll gladly get you integrated into all of that. Whether you're interested in trying to play, or if you're interested in helping others in PvP, if you're just like some kind of low-key PvP god,
a myth.
Definitely recommend and look forward to you guys helping us and getting through with that. So anyway, my long-winded kind of snaky story here is I went to this mega tournament. I went 3-3 when I thought I was going to go 1-5, and I was like, fuck it, I still got it, whatever. And so like I'm taking a renewed interest in PvP, plus my pride got hit a little bit when they were like, oh, you guys are just those guys. We're basically like the frat bros of...
Don't ever call us that.
That's what they called us, essentially. Think about it.
Are you serious?
Think about it.
Well, no. Like, did someone outright say the frat bros?
No, but that's what they're implying. So fuck them.
Well, no, because, like, as much as I want to get offended, I'm glad that we're having fun with it, because a lot of those communities, from what we hear, is, like, interest is still minimal in those areas. Like, they just battle each other.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Fair.
And that the numbers are small, so you're all battling each other. Yeah, that makes sense. You guys are going to be good. But I always just kind of look at it as like, you're good within your bubble, and you come out here and there's a few more, sure. But then going up and up, because I just think about it, how we had that one tournament where some of those players had good stats, but they were just battling each other, and the stats weren't actually legitimate. They inflated themselves.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
That's what I think of when it comes to some of those players. And yeah, to me, it's like, yeah, you can be serious about it, but you should also still be having fun. It's kind of the point of the game. So if it's all serious, I'm just like, then that kind of kills the high, too.
Well, yeah. So again, like you said, work hard, play hard. We definitely play hard, and we can work harder.
Yeah.
So either way, and we still have some really good players. Skip and Dan are still very much up there in terms of like strong competitors, and like that's not to say like Fresh and Chop and all them. They're good competitors too, and they're some of our like go-to players representing us everywhere, which I'm really proud of. It's just along the lines of like, I just don't want to be known as like the pushovers. I don't want to be easy mode when everyone else is normal, hard, or very hard.
Okay.
So anyway, point is that's helped kind of renewed a little bit of interest here. And then like new Pokemon's always exciting for me. And then going back to what else they added in between. So it's kind of on the lines of like new Pokemon and events that happened.
Right.
So I had the dumbass hat Pokemon, the party hats.
Party hat.
Like Party Hat Wurmple. And Party Hat.
And it's actually kind of evolved Party Hat Wurmple.
Well, I don't know. Why did they start doing that? Because like it's the same with like the costumes.
I don't know why they did Wurmple. Really. Or like Pikachu makes sense. They always do Pikachu. But like Wobbuffet didn't make sense.
Okay.
Granted, congrats Vilro. I heard you got a shiny in your first raid. But then
dope, though.
With Raticate, it makes sense. You're the rat. Okay. And I'm sure they're going to have a whole rat event or some sort of rat event on the 25th because that's Chinese New Year.
So hopefully, probably featuring Pikachu.
Yeah, it'll be Pikachu and all the rats. He's like the top rat, the top mouse.
Trash rat, you're right.
Shut up. But anyway, they're going to probably do something like that. But no, I just think they just kind of threw some Pokemon out there. Like, what would this one look like with a hat? And they just thought, oh, Wurmple looks cute.
I think what sucks is like they're in raids, right?
They're in raids, so like that's a money grab for some folks. That's what you think. And for me, I just had a couple passes, so I was like, oh, I'll use my daily on you. Fuck it. Like, if I can get a shiny, cool. If not, I'm not gonna drop actual money on this. I'm going to bide my time. Because the only time I want to drop money again is if the gift boxes are like top notch, and they kind of were like 20 passes.
Yeah,
that's nice. Or if you're going out to hatch eggs, some of the egg things were better. But overall, I'm like, no, I'm gonna save my money. There's better things to do than drop it on this game. And clearly, there's players out there like Keith and others who play this game for the many years it's been out and haven't dropped probably more than like $100 on it, which is good considering how much time you spend on it. That's what I kind of like look at. If you're playing this game 24/7 and it's only costing you $30 a month, like that's almost like an active gym membership. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
But if you're not like me, I play passively, so it wouldn't make sense for me to drop money if I'm not spending that much time playing the game.
I can see that. I think.
But back to what you're saying. With it being in just raids is kind of whack. I was hoping Wurmples would be everywhere with little party hats, just like Pikachu's were.
Yeah.
And you could find them. And I was hoping the same for Wobbuffets and for Raticates. But them limiting that to just raids was kind of whack.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, I mean, again, kind of like you're alluding to, maybe they're going to focus more on like Chinese New Year versus New Year.
Yeah.
For everyone else. Western New Year, I suppose. So that happened, which was weird. They did have the nice event after Christmas, which, again, talked to a lot of those points that we had in the last podcast of things we want to see more in the game, but I wish they were permanent.
Oh, of like the candies and like the experience.
Yeah, so like double candies experience, like the dust, etc. Like gifts. Remember, you could hold
more gifts. The 20 gifts.
40.
No, you can hold 20.
But you can open 40.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Niantic, we know you're listening. Come on, just apply those changes. Like, keep them.
Yeah, but so it's like one hand, like, yes, Niantic, you're going to do great with this. And the other hand, you're like, fuck, this is an obvious cash grab, as in the raids for Party Hat Pokemon, just to have them. Or the current tried and true cash grab is re-release a legendary with a shiny variant as opposed to just having the shiny variant when it first comes out. So the current one now is Heatran.
Yep.
Heatran.
Whatever.
That weird.
The Lava Boy.
Yeah. It now has a shiny variant, which is very not different
than the
normal one. Yeah.
Crazy ass.
But yeah, it's like, oh, yay, I can go for my shiny. So would it take you like 30
tries?
30 tries, something like that. That's 30 raid passes right there, baby.
Gone.
And how many times did you raid Heatran when it first came out?
Oh, like purposely because I knew it would release a shiny variant?
Yeah.
Like 10.
But you still did 10. So altogether...
But that was, again, 10 free passes.
Right, I'm not...
Like, I wasn't going out of my way.
Regardless of the free passes, though.
Yeah.
My point is, like, you still use raid passes. A lot of other people might have bought raid passes because we know some of those dedicated raiders are going to be like, hey,
well, and see,
new legendaries, I'm going to try to get a perfect or 100 or
and
something.
See, I've actually dialed it back a lot because I was back with Heatran when it came to the Swords of Justice.
Yeah.
So like Teriyaki Boy, Verizon.
Fuck, Verizon.
And then you have Cobalt.
The Chevy Cobalt.
Chevy Cobalt. For those boys, I probably did like 5 raids each. And again, that was just using the free pass. After I got my decent one, and surprisingly, actually, I think I got like 200%.
Yeah.
Which, again, I know that's extreme luck. And I acknowledge that, and I'm thankful for it. And then I got lucky trade, so I traded Teriyaki Boy, got him lucky, and he's 87. I'm like, cool. I'm super happy.
Yo.
But I just got those, and then I'm like, I'm not going to raid anymore because, again, trying to be a little bit more thrifty, I guess, with my passes and a little bit more smart about them.
There's nothing wrong with being thrifty.
Nothing is wrong with being thrifty. I think it just means you're being resourceful. A lot of people are not. But anyway, And it also helps having multiple accounts because then I can battle on those too.
That's fair.
And then, whenever I want, I just trade to myself. It's like super easy. But I think, the raids did that. Then what happened before that? So we had the New Year's party hat boys.
Okay.
You had Heatran came back.
Then
you had
Christmas in the Shadows.
Yeah. Then you had all those shadow Pokemon. So that was kind of fun, fighting those guys. And people were coming up with like weird hacks of like if you fight the trainer and you run away and you don't catch the Pokemon, you come back like an hour and a half later.
Oh, because it counts as a new encounter of the same Pokemon?
Yeah, that never worked for me. For someone else it did. They actually got like a shiny stamp.
Oh, I'd seen it worked. It was like it would, I think it was the cooldown was like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yeah.
Or something. So like, yeah, I mean, I watched the video. I watched that dude actually do it. And then it worked. I know it worked for a couple people. The person that dropped the video.
Yeah.
I forgot who it was. Sorry.
Some dude.
Sorry.
Some dude.
Someone dropped it. It was helpful, and I was like, oh, that might work. I didn't try it because I didn't have the patience or time. But shouts to you if you wanted to do that. I just like that they're rotating.
Yes.
That you don't have to get stuck with only Shadow Meowth.
But then it sucks though, because now I can't get Shadow Shiny Meowth. I know.
Get good, scrub.
No, I fought Cliff like
Yeah.
So many times.
Yeah.
And no shinies came. But again, I know.
That's how it goes.
The game does not owe me anything.
The game owes you everything. You
no,
play the game, it owes you.
Doesn't owe me
That's
anything,
right.
because then that makes me entitled.
Oh.
So the game doesn't owe me
shit.
shit.
You're a Pokemon fan. You're supposed to be entitled, right?
Don't ever say that.
That's what happens.
No.
Pokemon fans are the most entitled.
No.
Just like Star Wars fans. It's like
I agree with the Star Wars fans. Those people that hate on movies simply because one dumbass online says it sucks and they follow the crowd, whatever. Give shit a shot. But that being said, no.
Yo. Okay.
What?
I'm trying to remember other events. I don't really.
Well, like you had mentioned, all those, the trial when it came for the holidays. So like the Stardust, the candies, the extra candies for shredding Pokemon, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
That was a big trial set. Like they took like that was like, it was like their Grandmaster. I feel like their like 5th grade chemistry set where they're experimenting with everything at once.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you ever got like the little toy microscope as a kid, but like,
I got
did you?
Something like that. I've had a microscope.
Okay, when we got our microscope, me and my brother, we would like test all the chemicals at once. So we'd experiment with all the little test tubes, put it in the little slide, and look at things.
Okay, so making bombs early, I love it.
We were experimenting. Like we were all about testing shit and having fun and seeing what would happen.
Okay.
And I think that's what they did for that event, because there was so much going on each fucking day. It was kind of hard to keep track. So there's different benefits if you played at different times,
Fair.
Which is nice. Like how they split up the Pokemon. So you had, with Community Day, with it being the full weekend, but they're like, you get these Pokemon from 9 to 11, but then during 11 to 1, you get these specific Pokemon.
Yeah.
Then you get these ones from eggs, and then they would rotate the next day. And then these are ones that would also rotate in the raids each day. So again, they were just throwing all these different tweaks in.
There was a lot going on.
So I hope they got some good fucking results, because like that was super confusing.
To be fair. Mm-hmm. I don't think there are trials. I think it was just like,
fuck it.
Give it
End of the year.
We need people to play the game. We need people to spend money. Here's all these events. So you want to be able to hold 20 gifts and open 40? Well, here's this sick ass box with this many incubators in it. You should maybe buy that. And you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna do
buy it, and now you're sitting on 300 incubators.
It's true.
And not me.
No,
couldn't be me. No, but for real though, I think along that line, I do think that they have to be currently always gathering data. because that's just how it goes, right?
Yeah. Well, then also like the shiny rates were a lot better, even after the holidays. Like,
they were nice.
I got a lot of shiny Sneasel for some fucking reason. Like they were just out and about in droves. I thankfully got like my shiny Snovers.
Okay.
People got a like Separano. He always gets his shinies like no matter what. Like he breeds, there's a shiny that just pops in. Like it's weird. But
that's because he made the same deal that Brian Huber made.
Of selling your soul? I wouldn't doubt it. Like, that dude is rolling in the shinies, and it's insane. But then there was others, like Shiny Delibird. A lot of people got shiny party hat Pikachus. Just, like, walking around. They were getting them.
What, the beanie Pikachu?
Yeah, there were a couple of shiny beanies.
Okay.
The beanies were actually really cute. Good job, Niantic. I thought that was adorable.
What
about
it was adorable?
Everything.
Nothing. Absolutely. What was the beanie on? Oh, that's right. Trash. You know what's even better than Pikachu? Literal trash. And then Trubbish, which is now in the game. Okay? I'd rather see a beanie or a party hat on Trubbish.
That would be cool. Sweet. I'm not doubting he would look good in a party hat.
Right.
A lot of the Pokemon would. But I thought it was also cool because then they also did the wardrobe updates, and there's a lot of people out there who still like all the wardrobe changes.
I refuse to change my fucking outfit.
I do too. I like my setup. My Mimikyu hat's going to stay on point. I think the only time I'll change my Mimikyu hat is when a shiny Mimikyu hat comes.
If you haven't seen...
Then I'll be like, gang.
When the Rainbow Rocket gear dropped, I bought that immediately. And then I've never changed out of it. I'm pretty sure my trainer is rank.
Yeah, like, no doubt.
Was it really seals in the flavor?
Shut up. That is gross.
Yeah, think about it. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
But, so there is that. Obviously, we have the buddy Pokemon stuff, and I actually really enjoy
that shit.
The buddy Pokemon. So those of you, again, like Justin had mentioned, who have been living under a rock or playing, for some reason, Harry Potter, the buddy Pokemon system is very similar to kind of like your friendship stuff. So it takes time to build it up, and there's different perks that come with each level of your friendship.
Best buddies.
So, yeah, ultimately to become best buddies, and with that, you get a CP boost. Some people are saying it like boosts it 5 levels, but I haven't seen...
Have you gotten Best Buddy?
No.
Yeah? Okay.
No, I'm taking my sweet-ass time.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of another reason why I've been trying to gym more, just to get those little bread thingies.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to drop actual money on...
Poffins.
Buying Poffins, but I'm going to battle a few gyms, and if I could get 50 coins a day, perfect. If not, I get a few. It's not like how it used to be when I first started gymming, where I was like, I need to get this coin out here in these streets.
The streets!
It wasn't like that.
Okay.
But I'm still trying to get at least some coins here and there and get it back. And obviously I have gyms near my house, so I was like, I just need to casually make it a point to go fight those people. Maybe in person, maybe just at the gym. I don't know.
When are we going to drop a stop on Heroes?
That's the thing. That's another goal of mine this year, is to understand more of that system.
Okay.
And what it takes, because it has certain requirements, like it can't be in a residential area. You have to have a certain landmark that you can take a photo of, and you have to do like a round table shot. And a few other little tweaks, but I actually want to go out and try to identify some areas and maybe even post it up within Festival Plaza, or maybe we could make a page on our Aurora Masters of like spot submittals. So that way people aren't repeating the same spot, or if they're not level 40 players but have ideas, shoot them our way who are level 40 that could submit the stops. Because I think it's still only level 40 players that could submit stops for it to be eligible.
Yeah.
So, but there's still plenty of new players coming in, or players who just haven't reached level 40, because again, it takes some fucking time to get there.
Level 40 is still a big accomplishment. Like, it's easier to get there technically, but it's still a slog.
It's easier to get to level like 35, and then after 35 it is like a snail's crawl if you're just like a casual player.
Yeah. Like,
it's going to be a year or so before you get there if you're just, I'm going to do a raid here and catch a few Pokemon and spend my stop in a day.
It's like trying to drive up Pikes Peak in like one of those soapbox cars.
Sure. or like me just trying to bike uphill. Like, it's gonna take some time, but like I think it'd be kind of cool because I know some players have. I personally have not, but I want to probably in the springtime really jump on that because I would want to make parks more appealing. Like, I want to submit more stops at AMC. I think there's a lot more at AMC that could be highlighted and acknowledged as a stop. Same with like Mission Viejo Park, some of our other local parks. So then when we do our like lure luau's and things, like it can actually be like a park, make the park worthy of like all the attention.
Right.
And I think it'd be great. But again, I like they're saying like sadly you can't do things. I know everyone was like, I'm gonna submit a stop on my house. Nah, fam. Doesn't work that way. Like, I wanted to build like a little dinosaur sculpture thing and just acknowledge that
it's art
and be like, this is in my front yard, or like put it for your mailbox.
That's already cut out because of the residential requirement.
Exactly.
However, even though Hourz is technically in a residential area, that place is zoned for business, therefore...
Yes, that could work. That's why I want to maybe see if I could, like... I'm just wondering... Niantic, close your... Like, plug your ears. But, like, I want to, like... I'm wondering if you can make, like, fake art and fake sculptures and put them in these spots and be like, oh, yeah, this is a known sculpture here, but it's not there just to, like, submit the area. Because it wants to focus on like a landmark or something in the area, but if it's just a fucking plain parking lot with nothing there, can you put something there briefly and make it?
I feel like you can. I feel like because I've seen some stops that are just like, what is this?
Like some of them are like graffiti. Graffiti makes sense, but graffiti changes, but the stop is still there.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's a possibility where if you make like movable art pieces and structures,
yeah, because then
set them in spots, and you're like, yep, this is here. And you're like, you do your little photo around thing, submit the stop, you give it a brief story and background. Would they accept that?
Alternatively, if we are, and I'm just using Hourz as an example, but if you want to do that and you wanted art, you could just talk to the owner and be like, hey, do you want art? Will you commission me to make something artistic for you? And
that's true.
That part of it. Anyway, back to the buddy stuff real quick, because that stuff's really cool.
Oh,
you can have your little buddy actually on the map with you.
Yeah, you could feed them, you could pet them, you could feed them, you could rub their tummies, you could battle with them, you could take photos of them or with them.
You can walk with them.
You can walk with them. They like I have Mewtwo with me because I want to see. I have my Mewtwo maxed out, so I'm experimenting to see does it indeed go past its max. The one feature I love right now is the catch assist. Because I've had Pokemon headbutt the ball back and then Mewtwo just fucking hits it right back at him, and I'm like, yes, bitch, do it. And then it usually catches, which is just phenomenal. So I love that attribute, and now I'm to the point. I think I'm like in Ultra area.
Yeah.
So now Mewtwo's just picking shit up off the ground like I did as a kid, like not literal shit, but like souvenirs.
Because on Great Level it's find presents, and then on Ultra it's find souvenirs, which is two different things.
And it's cumulative, so it'll still find gifts.
Yeah.
So like pick up revives, berries, whatever. But then souvenirs, like in Aurora, for some reason we have mushrooms. I was hoping I'd pick up like fossils or shit here, but...
Please.
Dude, we have fossils here.
No, we don't. We have...
Do you remember what the state dinosaur is?
Mushrooms, okay?
It is the Stegosaurus.
Look, think about it.
Found in Morrison, Colorado.
They just decriminalized mushrooms.
I know.
Recently.
And?
People only think about Colorado as a weed state now.
Yeah. I can't help how people think.
And mountains.
I can't help how people think or judge. Remember, I also went to see Boulder.
Yes.
All they thought was like we were potheads.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't go off of someone's perception. I know who I is.
San Fran.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Cali. And most people think of Colorado as the weed state.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to, all the other beautiful, wonderful things we have.
I know. I can't let people's perceptions hold me back.
That's all I'm saying. That's why they're not giving us fossils. They're giving us mushrooms.
I fucking hate it. But anyways, So you can pick up souvenirs, and then when it gets to the last bit, that's where you get the CP boost and all that jazz. There's some people. The CP boost. I'm curious about that. There's some people who've achieved it, and then you could also rotate between 20 different Pokemon. That just sounds like a fuck ton more work. So I'm just doing
a day.
Yeah, a day. So you could just rotate.
I guess it's like.
Well, I think it's just 20 Pokemon in general that you can build that up with.
Like at the same time.
Yeah. I haven't heard of anyone who maxed out.
This is only 20 Pokemon.
Well, that's what I don't know. I haven't met anyone that's like, yeah, I'm trying to get all my 20 buddies at max, and if that happens and I get another 20, I don't know.
Yeah, fuck if I know, dude. I don't know either.
But I'm really curious because, again, it's a cool little feature, and again, another trial in what the Pokemon can do and making the buddies more interactive.
Exciting. I think we should try after this the group AR experience. Because I haven't tried it yet, but I was excited about it.
I'm curious.
I remember that's what I was alluding to with the Pikachu nonsense.
Yeah, where it interacts with your environment.
Yeah.
Hide on the tables.
So we can, we make a QR code, all scan the same code, and then we all throw out our buddy Pokemon. And then so it'd be like your Mewtwo playing with my Ninetales. Mm-hmm. In the same AR shared experience.
Yeah, there's
and then I could feed your Mewtwo.
He'll just stare at you. He's super judgmental.
Oh, yeah, it's Mewtwo. Mm-hmm. If it's Pikachu, I'd kick it.
What?
Yeah.
So. I know you hate Pikachu, but goddamn, you just beat the little mouse. What did it do?
It's terrible.
It's not.
It sucks.
He didn't choose that wife of being overhyped. Everyone else did.
Well, that just feeds into it, okay? There you go.
So you got to kick the people who are overhyping him, not?
I'll kick everyone that likes Pikachu. I don't care.
I'll beat your ass. I'll kick your ass. I'll beat my own ass.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wait.
But yeah, so I really like the buddy system. I'm excited to see where they take it, and I'm excited to see what other systems they integrate. Like I said, breeding's coming this year. I don't care what anyone says.
It really it should.
Breeding's coming.
And with that, I'm hoping that brings in PvP move sets.
Hell yeah!
Just similar to the game. Again, I don't want to focus on the game's dynamics, but new moves is one thing it could bring. Where the moves go, who knows? I'm hoping they bring in a second fast move. Personally,
yeah,
that's what I want, to make it 4 moves, and that way you could just battle and do your stuff. I'm hoping if the AR stuff goes smoothly, hopefully maybe they integrate that into our PvP, battling. So you just same arena, and you get to you could walk away from them and watch them battle in a set domain. That'd be fantastic.
That's right.
But yeah, there's a lot that could happen, so I'm really pumped for it.
Me too.
So
outside of that, so going back to PvP real quick, you alluded to, so we have now Aurora Masters is still putting on the Self League Arena Cups.
Okay.
This month's cup is the Fusion Cup. If you haven't heard of the Fusion Cup and you want to do PvP, we have a lot of resources on Aurora Masters, and it's posted up through various websites and Facebook groups, etc. Just reach out if you want more information. But Fusion Cup is Pokemon have to have a dual typing, and the other thing is the second move can't cost more than 50,000 Stardust. So you can't use Pokemon whose second move costs more than 50,000.
What?
Yes. And that includes, even though it was at a baby, or as a baby it was 25,000, but it bumps up to 75 after it evolves.
I thought it was it's always a set cost for that family. I've never seen it change.
There are some that change. But either way, you can't use those either way.
Okay.
It's set at it has to be 50,000 or less. And so it makes for a very interesting meta. The main bands are, I think it's a Azumarill, Dugong.
Dewey?
Yeah, because Dugong's nasty. The Wormadam family, because they're always banned. And I'm missing one off the top of my head. Anyway, so that's Fusion Cup. That's coming up. So for Aurora Masters, if you're interested in the smaller official tournament, Saturday at Heroes, 1 p.m. Saturday the 25th, and then the following day, the Sunday after 26th, we're doing the Denver Metro Mega Tournament for Fusion Cup as well. And that's at Woods Boss Brewing Company downtown, like off of, what is it, like 20th in California or something like that. Anyway, usually pretty easy to carpool up there. I usually recommend that. And it's a lot of fun. Like, everyone's there to have fun. It's a nice venue. In either of our tournaments, it's all good fun, and it's exciting. And yeah, a lot of people, like I said, want to build up PvP even more, be more resourceful, be more helpful in that regard. So keep a lookout for any new updates and announcements on that, because we have some really cool things in the works.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think that's about it on that. Is there anything else you're looking forward to? We do have.
Well, what about like? Well, there's Community Day, but what about like what Fresh and them are trying to do in terms of like the other tournaments?
Well, that's part of what we already talked about.
Okay.
In the sense of things in the works for PvP and more PvP centric, they want to do their own. They want to help host like intermediate or battle practice tournaments, other tournaments that aren't necessarily just cup related. So like similar to what we're doing with Sword and Shield, where we each are mastering one type. We could do silly tournaments like that. We can do try our hand at Ultra and Master League tournaments, because those are also available on Sylph's thing as far as a organizational tool. On that note, Sylph isn't the only resource for throwing tournaments. In fact, Pokemon Go is starting to integrate their own PvP championship series into the game here in a little bit. I don't remember when the launch date for that will be, but it's going to be coming up, and I imagine it'll be a pretty robust system and probably pretty well integrated. So I'm kind of excited to see where that goes, and yeah, just on our road to prove that we're the very best.
All right.
You know, and if you're not, then I'll kneecap you.
Have you heard anything in terms of like the submittal stuff for like the big like potential Safari Zone events or anything like that?
I haven't heard any news updates. I know the big cutoff for that stuff was like back in October,
right,
or the end of September.
I just haven't been active on the Colorado page to be like, what's happening with that, like, or see where people really stood with
either.
it.
It seems like a ghost town to me, but
yeah.
People are still doing stuff over there. But ultimately, I don't know what came of it. I don't know if anyone submitted anything. I don't really.
We're just focused in Aurora more, but we still do stuff obviously on a wider scale.
Yeah, but in that sense, like, I mean, we could have put something together, but I was just hoping that everyone else that wanted to take ownership of it and be super entitled about it was going to go do it. And turns out they may or may not have. I don't know. I haven't really seen any updates on it. I guess we'll find out when Niantic announces that, like, Austin, Texas, and Salt Lake City get something before Denver does.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Whack.
It would be whack, but I wouldn't be surprised. So that being the case, I am excited to see what happens in terms of like some of those bigger events. I do think this year would be pretty telling and pretty interesting with that stuff. And then, yeah, who knows? There's exciting things on the horizon. But anyway, you got anything else?
No, I'm just.
It's a new year.
It is a new year. Definitely want to make sure to just
pay your Stardust taxes.
I'm trying to build that Stardust, just like my bank account. Trying to build both Stardust, Poke finances, as well as personal finances. No, that and just choosing what to invest my energy in. So either deal with better shit or not deal with it at all. So
interesting.
Kind of been my thing.
That's right. Well, be better. Right on. Well, look for all new information and exciting new things on the horizon.
Yeah.
This year is going to be something.
Descriptive. I love it.
Hey, it could be amazing or awful or both.
Well, let's Let's aim for amazing, please.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up. No, I'm kidding.
No, I don't blame you.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens in 2020.
Jeez.
And beyond.
All right. Well, have a good one.
Yeah, we out.
Bye.